Good morning, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Coffee with Tom and Joanne. I'm Joanne Toronto.
And I'm Tom Matthews. And today we want to talk to consumers about how Joanne and I become the quarterback in the transaction, not only for the paperwork and transaction part, but also for opportunities for selecting great vendors to help you with your home. So if you're looking for referrals, rather than having to go to the yellow pages, just kidding, to Google and crossing your fingers and hoping that the person you're calling, A, will call you back, and B, won't rip you off. Joanne and I have spent the last 17 years cultivating relationships so that we can confidently refer you to people that we know, like, and trust. Right. So Joanne, tell people about what we do, what our process is for finding great vendors for our clients.
So, we sell between 40 and 50 homes a year. And so the needs of our clients vary from, needing very detailed electrical help to wanting to do full renovations, or just some need handyman type services to do small things like putting up a mailbox or hanging a door knocker or something like that. And so 17 years ago, we decided that we were going to build this team around us. And the team it's a living team. It's moving. It changes from time to time, but we have spent the time getting to know people that, really value the business that we can bring to them as having multiple people transacting homes and needing assistance, so that the average homeowner doesn't have to go through Angie's List to find a great professional. So what we try to do is position ourselves as like the quarterback of the team. And so when you're purchasing a home, maybe you need a home inspector, maybe you need a mortgage. When you're selling a home, maybe you need to make some repairs before you do that. But we also help people after the closing. What does that look like, Tom?
That is a great point, because our tagline is creating clients for life. And that means being there for people post-closing. And, in addition, as Joanne mentioned, we do have a lot of the kind of real estate contractor fields, but we've also cultivated relationships with lawyers and with doctors and dentists, and we've become community connectors. So if you're in the community and you need professionals, I was on a call probably about 2 weeks ago with one of our past clients. So, speaking to our point, the client had bought a property through Joanne and I in 2013, so almost 9 years ago, and having their third child, loving their home, loving their neighborhood, but not knowing whether they should renovate or sell. So we talked about bringing an architect in to get a master plan. I referred them to a financial advisor to talk about getting life insurance and setting up 529 plans, set them up with a CPA. And it was so nice because he said, you know what, Tom, you and Joanne have proven that you are people that I can trust. And so your recommendations I hold very highly. And I said, thank you. We've worked really hard to get to that point. And, so I referred them to these people and I said, here's what you got to do. Talk to these professionals, get some pricing, get some information on renovating versus moving. And then we'll have another conversation in about 90 days. And he's like, but I may never move. And I said, that's okay, because we've built a business on giving. We feel the more we give, the more we'll gain. And that's something that we really, really hold true. And that's something that's really important for our clients to understand, is that we are here for them and we want to be able to support them, right?
Once you become part of the Tom and Joanne family, you're in it for life.
You're in it for life. But Joanne, tell people, what's the importance of having a referral? Because what happens if something goes awry? Because, we live in a world where things go wrong.
So things can go wrong, but you know what? When you have, nothing is worse than giving a bad referral. Let me start with that. So we work really hard on giving very, very good high level referrals for people that we trust. But, if something goes wrong, there's always a way to kind of work together to smooth it out. And not that we want to be a mediator between you and a contractor, but, there is typically some logic that can be applied, if we just talk openly about what the problem is. And So for us, it's all, everything's a learning process, right? Every job that a vendor does for one of our clients is different. And overall, we just expect, people to make things right. So whether you as the client made a mistake, maybe you ordered the wrong materials, maybe you changed your mind midway through a job, it's okay. It's okay, because you can work things out, and, we're here to help you understand what's reasonable and what's not.
Exactly. And sometimes when you know both parties intimately, you can be an outside observer and help kind of break down the barriers. Because oftentimes when we have a disagreement with somebody, immediately our ego gets in the way. And, sometimes we put those blinders up. And sometimes it's helpful to have someone who knows you really well and knows the other people really well and can help to bridge that common ground to smooth things over and then keep things moving. Why not be able to keep that relationship kind of chugging in the right direction? So, we wanted to share with people the importance of our role in the transaction from start to finish and then post-transaction. And we want to thank you for watching another episode of Coffee with Tom and Joanne. I'm Tom Matthews.
And I'm Joanne Toronto. Cheers.